Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
Like 100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
This is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country.
Hashtag Kamzat reacts and goes back and forth with Joaquin Buckley. It did not take long for Kamzat Chimeev to catch wind of the clip. He reacted by simply commenting big. Joaquin Buckley then replied and invited Kamzat to come on the show to explain himself and talk things through. Chimeev fired back again, telling Buckley he could join him as well and adding the same energy right back. The quick exchange definitely got fans talking and added even more intrigue to a potential matchup between the two. And that is going to wrap up the video for today. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We will see you all tomorrow.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get here.
Floyd Mayweather once stood at the top of wealth in sports and reportedly earned more than $1.2 to $2 billion through prize fights, endorsements, and appearances. But as quickly as the money came in, much of it was spent. Instead of focusing on long-term investments or financial stability, he lived as if the flow of money would never stop. Lavish purchases such as gold-plated jets and fleets of supercars became part of his daily lifestyle. His desire to appear as the richest and flashiest figure in sports began to outweigh financial discipline. The same habits that helped build his money nickname are now being blamed for putting him close to serious financial trouble. Some people still believe he could have hundreds of millions left since several of his fight purses alone were extremely large.
I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like 100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
all right, let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money. 2:342 minutes, 34 seconds. Mayweather made headlines not just for his undefeated record, but for the jaw-dropping paydays attached to his fights. His bout with Manny Pacquiao reportedly earned him over $250 million, 2:442 minutes, 44 seconds, and his exhibition with Conor McGregor brought in similar numbers. That he was constantly billed as the highest paid athlete alive. But rather than treating 2:532 minutes, 53 seconds, this income as a foundation for long-term wealth, Mayweather used it as a fuel for extravagance. Massive parties, private jets for his entourage, 3:013 minutes, 1 second, and million-dollar gambling sprees became the norm.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment is watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Floyd Mayweather's financial problems have not been limited to careless spending. His name has often appeared in legal controversies connected to questionable business ventures. In 2022, he became involved in a class action lawsuit related to a cryptocurrency scheme that many critics described as a pump and dump. Although the case was eventually dismissed, it raised concerns about his willingness to get involved in hype-driven ventures without proper oversight. The situation escalated again in 2024 when he faced another lawsuit. This time he was accused of ordering his bodyguard to assault a man, and the alleged victim sought more than $3 million in damages. These legal battles have further highlighted what many see as a volatile and reckless pattern in his financial and personal decisions. When asked about these situations, he responded simply by saying that things happened in life.
How did that happen in your life?
What things happened? I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months.
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
At one point, Joe Rogan also discussed Floyd Mayweather's financial obligations. Rogan warned that no matter how rich someone is, failing to pay taxes can lead to serious trouble with the IRS. Many wealthy individuals have lost fortunes because they neglected those responsibilities. Rogan suggested that Floyd's extravagant lifestyle could be hiding deeper financial instability. According to him, this pattern is not new, and many celebrities have followed the same path. Even enormous wealth can disappear quickly when taxes, debts, and constant spending begin to pile up. At one point, the situation was summed up with the admission that money was still owed to the IRS.
Disregard for tax obligations. Rogan warned that no matter how rich a person is, failing to pay taxes invites serious trouble with the IRS. And he's right. Many wealthy individuals have fallen due to such neglect. Rogan pointed out that Floyd's extravagant lifestyle might be hiding deep financial instability. The blueprint Floyd seems to be following isn't new.
Mike Tyson once earned hundreds of millions of dollars during his boxing prime, but eventually declared bankruptcy after years of reckless spending. He owned exotic pets including tigers, along with massive mansions and even a gold bathtub. Now some people believe Floyd Mayweather may be following a similar path. Like Tyson, he often shows off luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and large homes. Yet behind the public display of wealth, there are growing claims that his finances may not be as stable as they appear. Ironically, Floyd Mayweather has often spoken about financial strategy and has even mentioned a buy low and sell high approach when talking about his real estate investments. However, many people believe his actions do not always match his words. No one questions Mayweather's brilliance inside the ring. His defensive skill, timing, and fight intelligence secured his place as one of the greatest boxers in history. That he retired undefeated, which is something very few athletes can claim. But success in sports does not automatically mean financial wisdom. Mayweather showed extreme focus and discipline in boxing, yet that same discipline has often seemed missing in his decisions outside the ring.
About the Miss Jackson situation, we seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with an emotion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant, with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And it's going to, and I understand the argument for those who want to may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains.
Over time, fewer people seem to understand Floyd's erratic behavior, especially when it comes to his chaotic investment patterns. He appears to jump into business deals without a clear strategy, often driven more by ego than careful planning. His claims about massive real estate holdings have also raised eyebrows among professionals who know how risky those markets can be. To many observers, it suggests a pattern of bold moves without fully considering the long-term consequences.
So we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, you know, to better his life, like, you know, buying homes and buying, you know, different things. And so I mean, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So I mean, I haven't seen him in quite some time, and I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fights with him.